Do not try this at home, but I am also not a trained professional, and this is also not a closed course. With that being said, let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to review the MoonCool MC3, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I know you guys are used to seeing me do a full review before I take it out to a mountain bike trail. Well, this time we're doing it a little bit different. One reason is because this bike is all-wheel drive. It has a 500-watt motor on the back and one here on the front. And I'm pretty excited about that because I've never reviewed an e-bike that's all-wheel drive. So for this review, I'm here at Soldiers Memorial Mountain Bike Trail, which is where I take my mountain bikes. There's a couple of hills that I know I always have an issue making it up, and I'm pretty excited to see how this bike will do going up those trails. But let's go over a couple of specs before we head out to see how it does. The MC3 has a 500-watt motor on the rear with 650 watts of peak power. It has a 7-speed transmission and trigger shifters. It has a 500-watt motor on the front that also has 650 watts of power. It also has 180 millimeter rotors and 2-piston hydraulic brakes. A 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery with 696 watt-hours of power. Now, it is only 35 degrees out, which with a wind chill, making it down to 27. So right now, I'm going to gear up. We're going to get on the road so I can start to warm up. We are starting off on the advanced trail because here's where this hill is up here that I always find it difficult to make it up. I currently have the bike in dual drive, so you can choose between front wheel, rear wheel, or both. And we're going with both for this test. This bike does have a cadence sensor, so it's not a torque, and it has 5 levels of pedal assist. I only have it in pedal assist number 2 right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Whoa, they have done some awesome work out here. All right, our kickstand's out here making noise. Could be the battery making noise. I'm not sure what's making noise, but we're banging around a little bit. This bike only has 4 miles on it. Now, this bike currently is a Class 2 e-bike, but it can be unlocked to a Class 3. All right, here is the hill that I want to see if we can make it up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is the one that always kicks my butt. Going up, oh wow. Oh, you got to put some weight on the front because that front wheel started to slide out a little bit. But that was awesome. Oh my gosh. That hill is the one that always kicks my butt. I want to see if I can be like from a dead stop and climb up this thing. Oh, she has a lot of torque. A lot of torque. The MC3 is, a mountain bike with, the fat tires. Oh, let's go, let's go. Oh, look at that front tire spinning. Let's go. It wants to climb. Oh, this thing's a game changer. Man, if you're like a hunter and you're like trying to get out into areas, with this being all-wheel drive, I think this would be great. Now, this bike weighs 100 pounds. And because of that, this is not something that you would want to take for jumps. Matter of fact, there were warnings all over this stating that, the forks are not made for downhill and, do not jump this bike. And I get it. I mean, I'm not really sure how these front forks are because this front tire does have some serious weight to it with that 500-watt motor on it. These brakes, never heard of them. They're doing okay. They're getting this stuff done. Ooh, these are new. Oh my gosh, these guys have been doing awesome work out here. I feel like this bike is just a tank though. You can tell that it's heavier, but because of, you know, its shape and its design, that it doesn't, like, it's not really affecting the performance on how I ride much, or at least so far. Now you can also get an additional battery that hooks on to the frame, so you could run dual batteries while riding. Well, that's not something I would put on this bike for this part, but you will be seeing me try it out in the full review. Climb, climb, climb. I'm gonna lean forward so that the front wheel gets a little bit more traction. Oh, I hit the brake accidentally, but we were going. That, no, I will not be doing that. I'm halfway up this hill. All right, torque me up there. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. So that's the trick. Lean forward a little bit and you can make it up the hill. You can get that traction on the front tire. Ooh, oh. Normally I'd be screwed and I'd have to walk it up this part, but we've stopped. I'm gonna lean forward again and see if we can just torque up through it. Oh yeah, I only had to put my foot down once for balance. Wow. Like, the GoPro doesn't really show you how steep these hills are that this bike is just eaten up. Now these tires have a different tread to them that is not like what I'm used to having out here. And I don't believe that they grip as well as the ones that, as the Kenda tires. I'm not saying these aren't Kenda. I didn't look at them. But it does have a different tread pattern on it. We have all these leaves on the ground, so I'm not even really sure if it's the tires or just the fact that we have all these leaves. Oh, see that? Just coming up that. So easy. So super easy. Yeah, I'm starting to get used to this bike, which means I'm probably going to start doing stupid stuff with it. And just so you guys know, I've been throttling through this whole thing. On the other side, we'll do some pedal parts and see how that feels. But right now, I'm just enjoying throttling through here. Ooh, she kind of picks up pretty quick with these dual motors. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, we can do this. We can do this. Hoo-yah! I feel like if you buy an all-wheel drive bike, well, this is what you're going to want to do with it. All right, here we are on the other side of the road. This is where I know the trail a lot better. I was here reviewing a bike a couple weeks ago. This trail is a lot of fun. Oh, nice. I haven't checked out how many Newton meters of torque this bike has, but it just feels like it's just a torque beast when you have both of those motors. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's what I'm a little bit afraid of, but let's do it. Oh, yes. Oh, let's stop and take a look at that. My concern was for these forks, and they're doing great. Look, we just did that jump, and they only came to here. So these forks must be reinforced or much stronger to make that. That's probably like a 2-foot jump. And it did just fine. I wasn't sure. I was really nervous about how that was going to go, but we did our best and full sent it anyways. Oh, I'm impressed. I am loving this bike. I am really surprised that we didn't bottom out on that. And I'm super happy that we didn't. You know, MoonCool must have really put some research into what they would think this extra weight on this front wheel would need. So they did it right. Oh, this thing is just going through everything. Woo! You know, for a 100-pound bike, it doesn't feel like it's 100 pounds. Any hills that I see, I'm not even concerned, because I know this bike will just eat it up. It'll just munch right up it. This bike's like a tank, like a beautiful tank. You know, I love the 26-inch fat tire mountain bikes, but until now, hadn't had a white one. The main thing I feel like you need to get used to is how this front tire will slip out because it's trying to go forward and most of your weight's towards the back. So by just leaning forward a little bit, when going up hills, I feel like I have better control and I'm able to handle that better. Like I just leaned forward coming up this little hill and we didn't spin out at all. I will definitely be doing a snow test with this bike as well. Oh, I don't know which way the trail goes. Ooh, our chain came off, which doesn't matter. I haven't been using it. Yeah, it came off the actual cog right here. So let's go ahead and fix that. Let's fix this chain. Now we'll turn the bike back on and then pedal assist level 2. Not that we're using it. As long as you have pedal assist 1 or 1 through 5 on, you have full power of the throttle. So you're going to get 100% of the power. Just pedal a couple times with this thing getting the right gear. Here we go. All right, back to throttle only. This bike feels solid. Now, I know the battery's rattling around a little bit, but I don't think, I'm not too sure anybody else on YouTube is going to be like beating these things up the way I do. And I'll be able to figure out how to easily keep that from rattling. We'll just put a little felt either behind it or whatever. Once I get in there into the battery area, I'll be able to figure it out and get our girl to quiet down. But I feel like, you know, this kind of stuff and snow stuff, probably sand, beach stuff, is what it's for. We'll definitely put this thing on the sand as well when I do the full review on it. Come on, baby. Oh, the back end wanted to kick up on me. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's my jump line right there. I think I might have to hit it. We have not bottomed out these forks yet, and that is a good thing. Now, look, what I'm about to do is 100% not approved for this bike. Do not try this at home, but I am also not a trained professional, and this is also not a closed course. With that being said, let's do it. This jump is not a big jump by any means, but when you have a bike this heavy, you just want to see if it can do it. Yep, it handled just like any of the other bikes that I've done this on. Let's go do that again. Oh, that was awesome. I mean, she's a big girl, but she'll get down. All of these hills are like nothing, which is so fun. Now I can already tell that I'm going to put better pedals on this bike. These pedals are fine. They're just the standard metal pedals, but I want to put some with pegs on them so that they'll actually stick to my shoes a little bit better doing this kind of stuff. I feel like I'm trying to push it a little bit because the sun is going down. And we have definitely already proven our point with this bike and the all-wheel drive part of it. This is a sizable hill right here. And this is the first time I've gone up it without having to pedal. Now, the abuse that I've been putting this through is eating some of the battery. We're already down to 3 bars. We had 5 when we started. But when you're putting all that to both motors, well, I get it. It's going to drop pretty quick. And I believe that's why they developed that second battery that attaches to the frame, and it just plugs right in too. So you don't even have to mess with the controller. So I am looking forward to putting that on here and then getting more out of this bike. But that's not something I would have had on this during this trail anyways. Trails like this and snow, I don't really see you needing to have both the all-wheel drive going all the time. Now, I will be curious to see how it handles with just the front-wheel drive going. And I expect it to act pretty normal for the rear-wheel drive. Okay, this might be about the most fun I've had on this trail with an e-bike. Here we go. Yep, just lean forward a little bit to make sure that I could have that front tire give me all the power it could. We were golden. Oh, well, what is this? Oh, I think we want to do this. Yeah, let's give this a shot. I haven't tried this before. All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. Let's see how we do. Oh, I can tell I was falling off, but we still did it. We are definitely losing light. I'm not sure we're going to be able to finish this trail before it gets dark. Oh, the chain came off again. All right, gotta fix it. You know, maybe if I was pedaling it and giving it a chance for the chain to stay tight, well, I probably wouldn't have that issue. But since I've just really been enjoying throttling through here like some lazy bones, well, then it's going to keep coming off. Like it's off again. So my chain is off again, but it doesn't matter. We don't need it. But that is definitely one concern that you would have to look into, is how to keep your chain from coming off. And I'm assuming that the solution would be just to pedal it. All right, this is also a hill where I would need to pedal to go up it. And I hope I don't have to because the chain's off. Oh my gosh. That was like nothing for this bike. Nothing. Let's go over this bump here. That was nothing. Oh, we're at the Black Diamond. Now this bike is too heavy to jump. I mean, to like really jump. But we're gonna test on how this on how the dual drive goes up these hills from just starting at the bottom of the hills. Now to do that, I need to make sure I have the ability to pedal. So let me fix that first, and then we're gonna hit this area and see how it does. Oh, I'm looking at it. I think when I came off that thing, I whacked the derailleur. It's out of alignment. So there's I'm gonna have to take it back and fix it. I can't fix it out here. But luckily I don't need to, because we got the dual wheel drive. So let's go. Now that I'm looking at this, it's a little bit more intense than what I thought it would be. Because if I don't have enough power and I fall off, I'm going right into those trees. But let's see, we're right at the base of this hill. We're just gonna give it throttle with the dual, see if it makes it over with this torque. Let's go. Oh yeah, super easy. This hill is even steeper than the one before it. So let's see how it turns out. Let's go. Oh, I'm leaning forward. Up. Perfect. Now I've put myself right at the bottom of this one to see. I'm going to be leaning forward so that I can get all the traction. Here we go. Here we go. Oh boy. Ooh, yeah. She did it. Oh, we were not going to jump this though. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put on this headlight. I'm assuming that it's just hitting the plus button. Yep, headlight's on. It is not adjusted, but it's on. Oh, yeah. Nope, not even attempting that. That thing used to be in a lot better shape. That feature back there, but you can tell where it's clearly falling apart. But with how these guys have been improving this place, well, that'll probably be on the list of improvements because it was a fun little feature to go over. And we lost the chain again. Oh. But we don't need it for the mad dash to home, although it would be nice to like drop a pedal going down around a turn and dropping the other one, turning the other way. Right now I have them level. One thing I did notice is that this bike does not have a derailleur guard, which in this case would have came in handy. But you can get those pretty cheap on Amazon, so I'll probably buy one and put one on here. This is absolutely a fun bike. I would say best yet on this trail in just funness. And I guess you would think that when you hear that a bike is 100 pounds, you would be like, oh gosh, I would not want to take it on a mountain bike trail. But when you consider that the average fat tire e-bike is in its 70s, like some I have that are 73, some are 77, you know, that extra 30 pounds is obviously in this front wheel. But I would really thought it was going to feel more sluggish than that in the front. And on here, the front hasn't felt super heavy, even when I did that jump. So that's impressive. Now, I looked at their Black Friday sale, and this bike is normally $1,900. Well, $2,000, $1,999. Oh, a deer. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Don't mind me. Got distracted by the deer, but it's $600 off right now, so it's $1,399. And I think for a bike like this, that is a great deal. All right, guys, we made it to the end. As you can see, it is like dusk. So we made it back just in time. But I have to tell you that this bike is absolutely the best climber of all of the fat tire e-bikes that I have tested. I mean, it has two motors. So how would it not be the best climber that you can get? As you guys saw, I did have an issue with the chain keep coming off. We're going to look more into that. As I looked at the derailleur, it was messed up. So we're just going to get that adjusted, and then I'm going to play around with it like off camera and see if I'm still going to have those issues. But I do believe there was a time frame during that where I smacked the back end of this bike, and that must have messed up the derailleur. But when you have that kind of power, you don't even need a chain or those 7 gears. It does have 7 gears. I never mentioned that. And it does come with a bell. But we'll cover all of that in the full review. Now, if you are interested in this bike, we'll go ahead and take advantage of their Black Friday specials running through November. You can get this bike for $13.99, and I hope that they have specials later on throughout the year as well. That covers it for the MoonCool MC3 mountain bike torture test. I'd like to thank you for watching, and until I see you again, enjoy the ride.